What's going on, everyone? So all offseason, it looked like Miami Heat were locked to land Damian Lillard. They were kind of waiting around, pushing the chips to the table, played a little hardball because Dame was like, hey, I only want to go to Miami. His agent was really pushing hard for him to go to Miami. Miami's like, hey, if you can find something better, good luck to you. And then the Milwaukee Bucks came along, and that was something better. And Portland ended up making that trade. Dame ends up going to the Bucks. Miami, a lot of questions, right? Are they going to be able to ride out this season and potentially get back to an NBA Finals? And so far this season, the Miami Heat are 7-4. They're on a 6-game win streak, so they are absolutely cruising right now. They're sitting at the 3 seed in the Eastern Conference. And the question, though, is do they still need a go-to consistent scorer? Which I believe the answer is yes. I think especially come playoff time, they're going to need somebody that can just go get a bucket, especially down the line in crunch time. Basically what Damian Lillard was supposed to provide for them. Obviously, Jimmy Butler is Jimmy Butler, but he's not that natural scorer. Tyler Hero can go get a bucket. Bam can get a bucket. But the reliability, right? That's what Dame was supposed to provide for the Miami Heat. And going up against teams like the Milwaukee Bucks, assuming Dame and Giannis really start to figure that out, the Sixers, do they end up landing another star? Even if they don't, they're still going to be a tough team, right? If Tyrese Maxey continue to play the level that he's playing. And then the supercharged Boston Celtics. Celtics look like they might be the best team in the league currently. Them and the Denver Nuggets. So Miami would be in their best interest to go and make a push to maybe go land another star or somebody that can kind of provide what Damian Lillard would have provided to the Miami Heat. Chicago, right? Chicago looks to be gearing up. They continue to lose. They're 12th in the East. They're 4-8 on the season. They're not going to be any good. It's in Chicago's best interest just to kind of hit that reset button. They're already talking about trading Zach Lavine. Teams are making calls. Demar DeRozan would probably be on the trade block as he would be a free agent going into next season. So it's in the Bulls' best interest. Start unloading guys. Start getting rid of guys. And when you think of the Miami Heat, either of these guys make a world of sense for them. Now, Zach Lavine would probably be the more coveted player. I just don't think Miami has enough to go and get Zach Lavine, right? Like if they were willing to include Tyler Hero in the deal, but they weren't really willing to, I mean, based on reports, give Tyler Hero for a Damian Lillard. But was that because they really just believed Dame was coming? And so they were kind of playing hardball where Zach Lavine, maybe they wouldn't take no chances and just, hey, okay, let's do that. If they were willing to do that, then I think, yeah, they could definitely get Zach Lavine. They put a package together in that regard. But again, Miami could kind of use that score on top of the Tyler Hero. And I don't know if Miami has to compete with teams like Philly and teams like the Knicks that just have these assets and are willing to kind of mortgage everything to go and get a Zach Lavine. I think, one, even if they could put together an enticing package enough, I don't think it would be worth it. Zach Lavine also can be hit or miss at times, right? When he's on and he's cooking, I mean, he's up there with the best, right? I mean, the guy is absolute money. But when he's not, there's issues that he doesn't really provide as much, right? But if Miami could get Zach Lavine, it's one of those things where I think you do it. But personally, I think they should go get DeMar DeRozan. I think DeMar DeRozan would be cheaper. I think it would be more obtainable. I think Miami wouldn't have to necessarily give up Tyler Hero to go get DeMar DeRozan. And I think DeMar gives you a little more consistency and a little more stability, right? He's got that veteran presence to him. He's a guy that has been one of the most clutch guys in the entire league the last few years. And you can pretty much guarantee that he's going to go and give you, 20 to 25 a night and do it with efficiency, right? Now, obviously, he doesn't give you the three-point shooting that Lavine gives you, but still, I just think, give me the scorer, right? Give me the guy that every night can just go and give me 20 to 25, and on any occasion, give me, 30 plus a night, right? DeMar DeRozan also could play multiple positions. He's even dabbled in the point guard position at times, so he could even initiate the offense if need be at times. He is a guy that I think would fit in beautifully with a Jimmy Butler and a Bam Adebayo. And in a lot of ways, he kind of gives you the same just kind of offensive output, that clutch gene, that go-to scorer that you would get with a Damian Lillard. Now, Damian Lillard is obviously the better distance shooter, but I do believe DeMar can still provide that over-the-top shooting, that just consistency in the bucket. He's efficient, right? Especially when he's on and he is in that zone. I mean, he could easily go give you 30 to 40 points. And he could also just kind of focus on just being that go-to consistent scorer for them, right? Where, you know, the things that he's great at, I think is what Miami needs desperately. And the things he's not great at is what Miami is really good at, right? Miami, they have guys in Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo and the role guys that can just go and do the dirty work and play the defense and bring the intensity and all of those things. And then, again, DeMar can kind of just play in his natural role of just being an elite, efficient scorer, right? He doesn't have to... I mean, obviously, you don't want him just going, like, and turning around on defense or anything, but, you know, he doesn't, like... Miami would be okay with him not being this elite lockdown defender. And he can get after it on the defensive side. He's got good size, good length, but he's not like some elite defender. But neither is Damian Lillard. I mean, DeMar is a better defender than Damian Lillard is, and he's got good size, so you don't lose that size. Where, like, with Dame, no, he's an undersized guard. Yes, he's brilliant and can score and shoot in ways that nobody outside of maybe Steph Curry, or definitely Steph Curry, but outside of him at the guard position can just put the ball in the hoop. But DeMar gives you just great size. Again, could play the 2. He could play the 3. You know, if you wanted to go small ball lineups, you could put him at the 4. He's played that, right? You could run sets where, you know, maybe Jimmy Butler is the initiator or DeMar is the initiator, and you kind of just have, like, shooting around him, right? I think you could get away with Tyler Hero and DeMar DeRozan on the court at times, right? And have Jimmy and Bam and maybe, like, a Caleb Martin or something. And guys are just sharing the basketball. Or maybe you go with, like, a Josh Richardson. Obviously, the other thing, too, is, you know, he gets reunited with his buddy Kyle Lowry. I mean, assuming Kyle Lowry doesn't go in the trade or the deal, which I don't know why Chicago would want that to happen. But, you know, like, you could have and kind of lean into, like, hey, we're a vet team. We want guys that understand, that have been there, that can that aren't going to have, like, just make the mistakes. A guy that fits into the Miami culture, right? He'd immediately get acclimated and have Kyle Lowry as his buddy to kind of just ease him into the transition into Miami from Chicago to Miami, right? And then you'd have Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, Jimmy Butler, and Bam Adebayo. Kyle Lowry has shown that he can still get up and you know, be a good contributor to Miami at times. I like the idea of DeMar DeRozan to the Miami Heat. I still, if I'm being honest, I personally believe that DeMar is going to the Lakers. I do. Obviously, I'm a Laker fan. I have my Laker channel. I just want to get that out of the way because I'm sure there's going to be some people in the comments that are like, of course you do. You're a Laker fan. But no, I think in reality, DeMar has been very open and public about, like, hey, I want to be a Laker. The Lakers need DeMar DeRozan as much as Miami does, but would DeMar be willing to go to Miami? And Miami has that in Kyle Lowry, right? Kyle Lowry could hit up DeMar and be like, hey, I know you want to go to the Lakers. I know you love the Lakers. I know you like the Lakers, right? But look, we got something brewing over here in Miami. You know, we're really good here. We could use you badly. You know, Jimmy and Bam, they just want to win. So we'll do whatever it takes. We'll sacrifice. You know, you get to kind of do what you do best and just go be that scorer for us. I think you could talk DeMar into coming over to Miami, right? And just say, like, look, we were just in the NBA Finals, right? We had you. We might have beaten Denver, whether you believe that they would have or not. You know, you can, it's about the selling points. It's about selling the idea to DeMar. You know, you got the weather. You know, you got the environment. You got everything you need. Like a lot of the stuff that you would get in LA, you could get here, right? You got the beach, all of that stuff, right? Like, come here, be with me. Let's do what we wanted to do in Toronto that we weren't able to do, right? Because you ended up getting traded, right? Like, come to Miami and let's go win this NBA championship. Let's rally together and go get a ring. I really do. I think you could sell DeMar on the idea of coming to Miami. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, so I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel? Do you think, like, yeah, DeMar would be perfect in Miami? Would you rather have Lavine? Again, however you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below.